Jetbook eReader. Ectaco's Jetbook is special for many reasons from other e-readers currently on the market. One of them is being that it's being billed as the first multilingual ebook reader, and what that means that it displays multiple languages, namely Russian, and as well as English. So that's going to be, a key feature if you want to use like more than maybe one type of language on this device. What's also unique is that the 5-inch reading display on Ectaco's Jetbook is not your e-ink display. Instead, it's using a LCD monochrome display, but unlike typical ones, the contrast rate has been super, amped, and now it's very high. And before, it was said that e-ink displays offer, better contrast rates, they offer better battery life, they offer better reading experience like a paper, and they're just better for your eyes. Well, that has been proved basically all wrong with the Ectaco's Jetbook. And as you can see here, the rate on here is pretty incredible, and it pretty much looks like a paper, and it's very comparable to an ink display, except it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but that's expected. And also the battery life on this was very good. We had 3 weeks standby time, and over thousands and thousands and thousands of page turns. We could actually read a lot of full novels on this instead. Like, we tested it using a few books that we downloaded, and one of them is Anthony Horwitz's Scorpio Rising, and we also read Scorpio Rising was one book, and we also read Maximum Ride on this. So we read those 2 books, and we still had plenty of battery life left. And as you can know, the battery life should be very incredible on an ebook reader, because a main complaint about ebook reading was that, well, you need to charge it eventually, even if it's very good battery life. It's not like a book. You can just pick it up and read it wherever you are. You still have to charge it sometimes. The good thing is that if you really are going to take this on vacation, trust me, you can use it, charge it one time, and be done with it. Other than that, Ectaco is a well-known German brand for making translators and learning devices. Ectaco's Jetbook is its first ebook reading device, especially in the US. And like I said, it's definitely going to be competitive, and it's going to be competing with the Sony PRS series of ebook readers and Kindles and Kobo e-readers. But does it win? We'll see. On the right hand of the device, we have a numeric and also an alphabetic keypad. As you can see, there's both Russian and English support on here. On the bottom is going to be your typical D-pad with a few functions like zooming controls, back buttons. There's going to be a page orientation control and a menu button. And also on the other side, it's going to be page turn buttons. Page next, page before. Same thing with here, page next, page before. And on the top, you're going to find the full SD card slot, as well as the micro USB charging and syncing slot. More features on the back include a lanyard cord, as well as a 3.5mm jack for listening to audiobooks and MP3s, which is, another feature that this device does, and does very well. And as you can see on the open screen right now, it also features a dictionary and a converter, so that I can convert, English, Spanish to English, German to English, and just English. And I can search for dictionary. I can search different things. It has a great, it's a great learning tool, and it does this very well. Like alarm, it gives you all the definitions, what it is, it's a noun, and synonyms. So it's a feature that I don't think a lot of other e-readers have. And also, a benefit of using a LCD screen is that there's not going to be that annoying refreshing rate that you see with e-ink displays. Instead, it's just going to be simple back and forth. As you can see, the light indicator shines once you turn a page. It's powered by a 200 megahertz processor, which is not very speedy on paper. However, as you can see, as far as reading a book goes, it's pretty fast, especially without the refreshing rates, and it's very comfortable reading on this device. There's also a very nice, reading environment using this display. It causes no eye strain, basically. It's very matty. There's no glare if you read outside. And the more light there is, actually the screen looks better because it's sort of like a paper where you don't want to read in dark environments. You want to read in bright environments, which is very interesting and very like ink, which makes us very happy. But now comes more disappointing parts. More complicated tasks, such as reading PDF files, can become more of a challenge for the processor inside here, and it definitely lags a little bit more. And even though you can change the orientation on PDFs, they take a little bit more time, so it might seem a little sluggish and slow if you're just going to use this as a PDF viewer. A good thing about the PDF viewer, though, is that it has a lot of zooming functionality. It can zoom actually very, very large. Using this bar here, depending on your text or bar or file, it can actually zoom up to 200%, something like that. And as you can see, flip the page. And that's very impressive because if you're reading a book, sometimes the problem is that PDF viewer on an e-reader is way too small, or you can't read it because it can only display 100%. Greater than 100%, as you can see here, is definitely a great feature to have. Or maybe I zoomed a little bit too much this time, but as you can see, the text here is huge, which is definitely a good thing if you have eye problems or just need something with larger text to read. More disappointments of the Ectaco Jetbook include its construction quality, which is entirely out of plastic, even though it comes in multiple colors such as blue, red, white, and black. All of them feel pretty plasticky and lightweight, although lightweight might not be such a bad quality to have as an ebook reader. Ectaco packages the Jetbook with a gel-like cover, which is protective and adds weight and quality, soft touch material to it. Actually makes it feel a lot more high quality, so be sure to use this silicone cover when you're using the e-reader. One disappointment we had with the Ectaco Jetbook was its file support. It supports only like text files and PDF files, as I showed you earlier. So if you have any EPUB files that you had from your Kindle or anything, they're not going to display here. On the other hand, Kindles and Nooks don't display so much good Word, text, or PDF files well. Some of them can only display, the EPUB and files that you buy from the Amazon store. So this allows a lot more freedom, but on the other hand, it isn't compatible with other e-readers out there. And because of that, if this is like a first-time e-reader that you want to buy, I think that this would really be worth it. But if you have other ebooks and instead it's like your Kindle broke or something and you want another ebook reader to transfer those files, this is not going to be the one for you. Likewise, it's pretty picky with file formats on pictures and audiobooks as well, so that's a little bit of a disappointment. That said, it supports basically, just a regular file format, and those regular file formats are very popular these days, and because there's no wireless capabilities built in either into this, as you might expect from the price tag, the good part is you can go to a lot of online sites these days, such as FileTube and ForShare.com. Those offer a lot of free popular ebooks, like the book I just showed you, which was Scorpio Rising. We actually downloaded that from ForShared, and as you can see, you can't tell it from a purchased copy of the book, and those are free, and those only they are only available in PDF and only available in text files, which means that they are only compatible with devices that support those, and Ectaco happens to be one of those. So that's good. And as you can see here from the image, you can just scroll around, you can view images. Let's go back. The navigation overall is pretty smooth, pretty fluid. It's definitely on par with other ebook readers. It's simple, but it does the job. It looks modern. It doesn't look outdated. The Ectaco Jetbook overall is a good buy for people who just want to read and don't need a ton of features or more advanced connectivity functions like Wi-Fi built in. But instead, they want to load their own ebooks onto here, or just you want to use more functions like dictionaries and use this as a learning tool, then the Jetbook suits the bill.